Alright, we're now on game turn 4. I'm going to keep it a little quieter because it is evening now on this dark and stormy night. My family is in bed and I don't want to wake them. My game room is in the back of the house, so I think behind closed doors I'm okay, but I just want to make sure I'm not, not going to have a kid walking in here in half an hour going, "Dad, shut up." So my kids, my two sons that are home, are 21 and 16, but so they would probably walk in and say, "Dad, shut up." But all right, so starting game turn 4, a couple of things. We do have our artillery or naval and airstrike points, so I gave myself those. And one thing I haven't done yet has to do with the fortification rolls. So zooming in here on Suribachi. Now, the fortification rolls are a little bit, I don't know, they're just not as clear as they could be, right? So in setup, it said to place a fort on this hill in Suribachi, and then another one. No, I think it said just start in Suribachi, and then as we move forward, there's going to be more forts as we encounter that black position. Where am I? That black position and the quarry, and they'll be set up. But as far as setup for the game, it just said to put a fort. Didn't say anything about units, about how to do that. So right now, this has, I say a lot. I'm sorry. I watched little snippets of the 3 videos that I've done so far, and I say all the time, and very sorry about that. I say it again. So you have a class 1 and a class 2 fort here, and then it said, in setup, it says to start with one of the units, right? But it doesn't say anything else in setup of fortifications. What it does say, let me back up just a little bit. What it does say is that you place forts in the fort position if a U.S. unit is within 3 hexes. Alright, and when you do, Hilltop and Quarry get 2 forts. Each fort gets a reserve unit and a depth marker. Alright, so I don't know if I did this right, but in setup, I just went with the unit that it said to start with and the 2 forts that it said to start with. Now, I am within 3. So at this point, I am going to take a unit and 2 depth markers. Alright, because there are 2 forts here, and each fort should get a depth marker. Oops, wrong side. And a unit upon me being within 3. So that now makes this fort 6 units strong, or that hilltop location, hilltop position, 6 units strong. So it can hit 6 units at a time in its intense field of fire. That is dangerous as heck. So when I start advancing in game turn 7, it's going to be tough, because not only will I have all of these firing, but I'll have this 6 units strong location. So I've got to get in there and I've got to reveal as quick as possible, sacrifice a unit if I have to, in order to reveal that so that I can start using naval and airstrikes to bomb the crap out of this thing and try to get rid of those fortifications. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so that is the last bit of setup. I have my units here for landing, and I have my cards shuffled because I had gone through half the deck, and so we're ready to go. I got my units landing, and I've got the ones coming out on turn 5 sitting right here. And one thing I haven't mentioned is I do like this thing. It takes a little bit to set up, but it really comes in handy in locating units. My one complaint with it is that it only has the infantry units and the heavy weapons. So all your other stuff, your tanks and your engineers and your headquarters and your battalion headquarters, etc., there's no place for them on here. They could have maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's already pretty tight, but it just feels like this is great, but you still got a whole bunch of stacks of crap over here. So, you know, what's the point? Well, there is a point, and I do, again, it has made it a little bit easier. Alright, so back here, we are going to land. So we're in the amphibious phase. So I got this group here. I got a ton of stuff on the beach, so there's really not a whole lot of places for it to land. I could hold off on landing it until I get inland more. Red is disrupted, nothing else. Green is disrupted. Brown projects field of fire. And I'm not sure if this red would, or if it's just that red. It seems like it would be just that red because it's within 3 or something like that. So I don't think this one does. I think it's just that one. So I could leave them in the water and hope I don't get brown. Or I could just bring them in and disrupt them. And they'll be safer. They just won't be able to move. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. So let's draw a landing card. And it is green, and it is a drift left. Well, not perfect, but they're not getting hit. This green's disrupted. And a diamond has to slide. So that is that guy. The rest of these guys can go in. This guy, the bottom guy, got hit on the artillery from the last phase. This guy is going in here. Alright, I'm just going to put him on top because I can, because the other two units are disrupted down there. So he can actually go in and not be disrupted, which is nice. And the rest of these guys go in right here. And I'll handle the disruption. Well, I'll go ahead and handle it now. These guys are new. I want to move these guys up. Oh, dang it. See? Crap. I don't even know what this was. I'll say that's what it was. Alright, so these guys will go in here. 27s, I mean, one of my guys is in pretty bad shape. Might want to just go ahead and leave them disrupted. So yeah, this is turn 4, so it's the dark, right? It's supposed to help me. It's disrupted on even, get the lighter side. Okay, then why is that light? Because I'm on even. If I'm on even, then that disruption marker there should be gone. That's good news. So, yeah, let me look at that. to disrupt it on even turns, get the lighter side. So this should be dark side. I think. I don't know. I hate that I flipped that. Alright, so these guys will get light side. Oh, I gotta sneeze. God bless me. Alright. Now we got tanks and heavy weapons. I could land them all and just draw one card. I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try to put them here since there's space. But that way I only have to draw one card. As they come in, the heavy weapons on turn 4, they come in on green or red, and the tank comes in red 1. Oh, the tank comes in red 1, so I have to put the tank on red 1. And these guys can come in wherever they want. So they're either going to come in together or I'm going to draw 2 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the tank in separately. Landing, circle. It's not a circle. We're good. Green's disrupted anyway. Alright, so this guy... Oh man, I guess I'll put him here. Can I put him here? I've got all these disrupted units, but I don't have any tanks or engineers. So I'll go ahead and plop him there. Alright, he's in there. None of these heavy weapons guys, I'd like to get them closer to the fray. But. I got an open spot. So I might as well land them on an open spot. So I don't think anything can hit them. But they could, I guess, in theory, drift. No, they're stars. So they're just going to go in. I'm not even going to bother pulling a card because there's no purple, red's disrupted, there's no brown, there's no yellow. So, yeah, and they're not going to drift. So I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm just going to put them right in there. There. Alright, moving over to these guys. Over in the blue. And they don't have a whole lot of area to land. We're getting really crowded on the beach, which I think is thematic. Alright, so we got the only one that could project fire in there is yellow. And we did not draw yellow because everything else we hold the positions. So nothing happens, they go in. But I might have to disrupt somebody. So... such a pain. All this disruption. Alright, I'm gonna disrupt this guy. And it's a dark... I want my heavy weapons to start moving. And these guys are new. So I'm going to go ahead and disrupt them and get these guys on the move. I know I have one wounded unit in there, but that's alright. Alright. So we got those disruptions handled. Now the rest of these come out for game 5 or turn 5 so that they can get hit by artillery. These guys, the 24th, are going to go in yellow 1. Both of these guys are going red 1, which, oh my gosh. Right? And then the engineer units can go anywhere. So I've got my 5th division engineers over here, and my 4th division engineers over here, and then I got this one tank that's coming in on yellow 2. Alright, so these guys can go anywhere. And then I put this here because we also, on turn 5, get 2 points of 4th division. Where are we? 2 points of 4th division artillery. Sweet. So I'll put that there so I would remind myself that on game turn 5, this is coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up here in the landing zone because I don't have it yet. It's still turn 4. But there we go. Alright, so that is landing phase. Now let's check the event. Oh, please. Hey, look at that. Naval gunfire again. So once again, we get a Navy point. Now, this is important. You see I'm already on 2 because I got a naval gunfire last time. But I can still move that to 3 because the rules state that you can only save up to 2. Now I have to use 1 because the rules for turns 1 through 6 is you get them on 2, 4, and 6, and you have to use them that turn. So I have to use 1, but I can save the other 2. Or I have extra ones to use if I want to. I can't use them to barrage. Oops. I can't use them to barrage because there's nothing. The only things that are revealed are disrupted already, and I can't destroy them with a barrage. So that won't do me any good. If I was to barrage them, I would have to do it before the rest of the actions. So if I barrage, it must be conducted before other U.S. actions. If I'm doing it with naval or air. So I'm not going to be doing that, so I will save the naval and the air for extra punch on the attacks. Alright, now comes the dreaded Japanese fire phase. So let's see how this goes. I don't think I have a whole lot in range of anybody. I've got these guys that are in range of that blue unit up there, and some of these guys on Suribachi. I got these guys over here that are advancing into Sector 3 that are in black steady, and also this guy is in purple's field of fire. So I don't necessarily want to see a purple because I'd like to get these guys next to them before they start taking hits, so that I can maybe try to disrupt this guy or reveal him at least. Next turn. Can't do it this turn because I've got to take 1 movement to get over there. Alright, so let's see what the fire is. Okay, well I didn't get the purple. I've got yellow, I've got green, and I've got blue. So let's see what that does to us. Yellow, green, blue. Yellow, I've got this one up here. It's got no field of fire anywhere that I am. This yellow is mine. This guy right here. Dang. He's going to fire down. I am in intense field of fire. I don't have a triangle, so it's going to be one or the other. I'm thinking that I probably want to go ahead and hit this guy so that these guys are full strength when they go and attack him. So yeah, I'm going to hit that guy. That poor sap. So I get my step loss marker. I hope that I don't fumble this stuff and blow everything all over the place like I've been doing. And so they are hit and they are disrupted. Alright, there's no other yellow. We got green, they're disrupted, which means they lose their disruption marker, which kind of sucks because I got to close combat them and I wanted that disruption on them. So it is what it is, and I can't barrage and attack on the same turn, but I think I might be able to barrage and close combat on the same turn. If that's the case, then I might be in business. Alright, this green is unoccupied, so this green here. This green here. So green's not a good one for me because I've got several things in green field of fire. Alright, so I just have this 1 unit, and it is my headquarters, which is good because there's no star there, so my headquarters can't get hit. We're aces. Alright, on the blue, I got this blue one here. Yeah, they are steady fire there. Oh, I was supposed to do black first. Darn it, I can never remember that. Alright, I got blue steady fire here, and don't have any steady fire there. So it's these two have steady fire. And then, let's see, that's green, I've got that blue, so that's it. So now I got to do the blue and the two blacks. So, let's see, let's actually do the blacks first. Alright, there's no black field of fire there. This is steady. Do I have a triangle here? I do not. I do. Crap. This poor guy. He is very close to being a casualty. Because now, I have to draw this. He is 3 step losses. So he's down to 1 step. That's not good. That's left over from that bad move I did earlier, I think. Shoot, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. That's the guy that takes the hit. That sucks. I don't want to have a... And I can't move him out because now he's disrupted. So my best bet, is to hope that I can take this guy and I don't draw a triangle on the next fire phase, and then I can move him back. And then starting turn 7, I think it's starting turn 7. I don't think I can do it now. You have in the HQ phase, well, hang on. When does the HQ phase start? Yeah, HQ phase starts turn 7. It says so right on the turn sequence track, which is down here where you can't see. So, yeah, I can't do the replenishment, or what do we call it? Yeah, replacement. I can't transfer, that's what it is, transfer to the reserve pool. So, he's going to be stuck out there for a little while. Alright, so green loses its disruption. Oh, I had blue, I did black there. Now I got to do black over here. So we've got a diamond, so we're good there. I would venture to guess we probably have a triangle under here. And we do. And of course he's already got a step loss. Triangles keep coming up. Alright, so got to flip him and got to disrupt him. So that sucks. Because now I can't get him out either. And he was helping advance these dastardly purples. Alright. That is the fire phase. I'll put that there. We don't have a second event phase yet because it's not turn 7. So now it's US actions. So what do we do? First things first. Got to take care of that green guy. He's close combat. So I jump in with these two. And I get 3 cards to his 2. I got to do it. I can't... Oh, wait. I got to check and see if I can barrage and close combat in the same turn. I don't know that that's actually on these little cards that I wrote. So I am going to pause for a minute and I'm going to double check. Alright, that didn't take long at all. I did have it on my card. Close combat may enter a barraged hex, but not an attacked hex. Right here, 3rd line. So I can do that. I will see if I got any tanks in the area, or I can use my airstrike. Because he is revealed, and now he's not disrupted. So, yeah, I might as well use my naval gunfire. I'm going to do that. Because I have to use it anyway. Where else am I going to use it? Nowhere. Yeah, so I'm going to use my naval gunfire. So, naval... I have to draw a triangle to match do have a strength of 6, and this is if I get the symbol or the fire color, I'll disrupt them one way or the other. The only way I don't, oops, I'm not on screen. The only way that I don't is if I just completely flub it and miss it. The funny thing is you could completely miss on a naval fire, and then you see that little asterisk there. If it had a fortification, I could still possibly get a fortification hit. So explain that one to me. Alright, so I want a green and or a triangle. And of course, I got neither. Neither. Crap on a stick. Alright, so that used a naval point. I'm going to move my naval marker. You probably can't see that, but I'm doing it. Alright, let's see what else I can barrage them with. Where are my tanks? Tanks. Do I have, please tell me I have some tanks here so that they're within 3. Gosh, look at this huge thing. Alright, I got one tank right here. That is a strength of 4. Do I have any tanks here? Gosh. Yeah, I do. Look at that. Okay. So I got 2 tanks. So I can double barrage this guy if I want to. So let's look at our chart and see if that's beneficial. Alright, so if I'm attacking with 4, no, it's not, because all I want to do is disrupt this guy. I'm not going to be able to kill him. So if I get a symbol or a color on a barrage 4, then I can disrupt him. So I might as well keep them separate, because then I can barrage them, and if I miss on the second guy, on the first tank, my second barrage, then I still have a second tank for a third barrage, and hopefully the odds are in my favor that at least one of those 3 will disrupt that cat. Alright, so here we go. I want a green, attacking with this guy, so I want a green, or I want a triangle. Alright, I got both. Look at that. Oh, wait, where are you? Look at that. I got both. So, on a barrage, fire and symbol, I could get artillery if it was an artillery position, but we're in Sector 2 and there is no artillery in Sector 2. I could get a fortification hit, but there's no fort in that green section. So all I get out of it is that beautiful little D1. And that means I only need 1 hit in close combat. So now we are going to do just that. We're going to close combat that with these 2 units, undisrupted units, and let's do it. Alright, got my little close combat battlefield down here. Japanese get 2. I've got 6 steps and a flamethrower, so I get 3. Japanese go first. All I need is 1 hit. Please don't hit me. No greens. I got a green. No event though. Alright, so that means I get rid of a card, and that means I take a step loss. And that means I will be disrupted coming out of this. So he gets a step loss. I just need 1 green. Give it to me. There it is. Got my green. This guy's toast. And I move in, and I'm disrupted. And again, I believe it's the whole stack that gets disrupted. I'm going to say it is. I do believe. Where are you? Close combat. Alright. Do I even have that written down? I don't know. Immediately resolve. Hex. Unrevealed. Man barrage hex but not attacked. No, I don't have that written down. So I think it's everybody. I'll have to check that. But I won't do that now. Alright, so that is done. These guys are done. These guys were disrupted this turn on the fire, so I can't undisrupt them. So here's the problem. I got this bottleneck here. Actually, I've only got one unit there. So I could move one of these units over there, which I might do. I want to move the headquarters. What do I have over here? See, this is where it's getting, it just gets so convoluted with these battalions. I'm trying to figure out who's where. See, I got a battalion HQ2 here, and he's commanding a 128 unit. So these guys are all over the stinking place. So there's my 128. So I probably want to get my 128 over there so that I can have him close to the unit he's commanding. Where am I at the 128? So that's a 128. That's a 228. That's a 10. Oh, look, I got another tank there. Sweet. Alright. So, yeah, there's not much I can do with this guy except move him here or move him somewhere up to where he's disrupted. Actually, if those guys are all disrupted, I could probably move this guy up there and he's not disrupted. Yeah, let's do that. Seems like a game in the game move, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to move this guy up here just so he can start moving up the beach. Trying to get to those guys. Trying to get to the... Alright, so this is a light one, so I can remove that. Down here, let's see. Alright, I got to take care of this guy. And then we can see where we're moving everything else. Oh, I'm not even showing you that. Doggone it. That sucks. Sorry. You were still looking at my close combat battlefield. Alright, so I went ahead and moved this guy up here, sitting on top of this disrupted stack. It feels a little gamey to do that since this whole stack is disrupted. Actually, do I want to do that? Because no, he's not in the blue field of fire, so he's not going to be a concentrated target for anybody. So that's okay. I'll leave that there. Alright, I got this huge stack here I got to start getting rid of. I got to hit this guy so I can start spreading that way. So this was... this is my flanking and mortar. So I'm flanking now. I need... what? I need 12 to triple him. Which I can get if I come from here and if I come from here. That gives me 14. Because this guy's got a step loss. And oh my gosh. I cannot do anything without bumping stuff all over the place. Alright, so I think I got that guy, he's got a step loss. What's underneath him? An engineer. So I'll save the engineer for a split second. And let's... Well, no. Well, yeah, this is going over a bluff. See, there's the other thing. It's going over a bluff. So it's going to half it. So that's going to make that 6. That's going to make that 3. So it's going to be 11. I need the 12. So, yeah, I got to go at him with the engineer too. And then that will defeat him. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Alright, he's already revealed he's flanked. Now, this is an elite unit. Alright, so the elite units, when they get hit, where's my elite unit? Alright, so defeated unit retreats to an adjacent position group hex if not overstacked. Alright, where I just hit him, there's no adjacent position group hex, so he can't do that. Or he withdraws to an adjacent unoccupied position. Again, no adjacent position. If he can't withdraw, then place him in the reserve pool for the sector. If not in Japanese communication, he would be eliminated. So, but if he gets eliminated, he gets put up in the eliminated elite units box up above here, that big box right there, eliminated elite units. So if he gets eliminated, and then we have the whole culling thing, which at the beginning of every morning we take half of the elite units and throw them back into the reserve file. So that sucks. But there starts to be some attrition. So anyway, all that means right now is that because this guy is in communication, he does not get eliminated. He retreats. So if he can't withdraw, place him in the reserve pool for the sector. So he's not getting eliminated, he's going back in the reserve pool. So basically he's just going to get, for the rest of the game, he's going to get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, because eventually I'll get through Sector 2, the reserves will move over from Sector 2 to Sector 3, and then there's no way to get to nail these guys unless you cut off their communication. So you got to take those black positions out. I don't know. Well, anyway, he goes back in the reserve for Sector 2, which we were out of reserves for Sector 2, and I was excited about that because I was going to jump into that green right there without any reserves in Sector 2. Where's green? There. But now there's a reserve unit. I don't like that. I don't like that. Alright. There he goes. In fact, I feel like I have to double check that because that just seems ridiculous. Seems like, okay, he can go into eliminated units, but and maybe he'll come back, but this is basically a definite that he's just getting pushed back and he'll pop back up somewhere else, which again, Iwo Jima, that's what they did. So, alright, I'll check it later. I'm gonna keep pushing through and hope for the best. Alright, well, which is weird because I just eliminated him there. And so now I'm gonna try to jump in. And I gotta pull this, and if I get a red, then he's just gonna come right back into that position and fire at me. That doesn't seem right. Hang on. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna take a closer look at that. Yeah, see, here it is. Alright, Japanese elite withdraw. If he defeats an elite unit in communication, unit withdraws, so it'll move to an adjacent unoccupied position, or it will, if it can't, it will withdraw and it will return to the reserve pool if it can't withdraw into a position because of stacking or other reasons. And then up here it flat out says, otherwise, place the withdrawn unit face down in the Japanese reserve box for that sector. If it can't withdraw, then it goes in the eliminated units box. So it either definitely comes back if it's in communication, or it's got a 50-50 chance of coming back if it goes into the eliminated units box and we do culling. Those elite units. Good golly. Alright, so he is where he needs to be. And so now I'm going to try to jump into that position, and then criminy, the guy could come back. Alright, so let's see, can we see me? Yes. I used this guy, and I used the engineer. Yeah, I used these two guys. So those guys have all been used. Those are both 127, so it would be beneficial if I can get this headquarter unit for 127 over here, because then all my 127s are in the same vicinity. So I'm going to try to bring him in. I'm going to hope, because if I try to bring him in and there's a red under this card right here. This card has a red on it. then that guy that I just hit and just defeated is going to pop back up and he's going to shoot me. Yeah, he's going to just flat out shoot me. My headquarters is going to take a pop. And then I got to defeat the guy all over again. But I got to take the position. I could cut the position off first. And then it's not in communication. Alright. Hear me out. So if I move this guy here, he takes muff fire. But he's a star. Well, no, because it's in intense. So he'll take a hit regardless. And I think that in order to control, I control the hex, or if I have a unit or stack with 3+ steps, then I control all of them around it. So even if I move this guy here, I don't control this hex or that hex. And so, well, I control this hex with him though. Okay. So this is the only one that makes this in communication. So if I can cut that off, I've got steps here, I've got steps here, and so these two are not in communication. I can move him there, and then I can move one of these in here. Yeah, but this guy's got to still take a hit. But I can avoid that elite unit from popping back in there. I hate to sacrifice my HQ like that, but let's hope I don't draw a, what is that, green? Yeah, green. I got a green. Nuts. Well, I did it. He moves up. That was probably not smart, because now if I draw green on the next fire phase, my HQ is going to die. He's not going to count against catastrophic loss, but I don't want to lose my HQs, because they're going to be who's commanding my units. But I already did it. There's not anything I can do about that. It was a 50-50 shot. The best news is, I mean, if he went here, he would have taken a hit anyway if that guy came back, but now he's not coming back. So let's take these two units and move them over here. I can't get my tank over the ridge, so, but now that allows me to, let's see, what do I have here? I got a tank and I got an engineer. Now I can move these heavy weapons units off the beach, but I really need to move these guys, because these guys are coming in. So I really need to get this group off. See? Do y'all have these same problems with these things? Just flipping them all over the place and then losing what you're doing? Alright, so those guys are going to go there. I don't think there's anything I can do currently with the tanks. I can potentially inch them closer to the action. I got one tank there. I got one tank under there. So yeah, let's see. Alright, gotta go the slow way, one at a time. Take those guys off. That's a 1C. 1A. Okay, that'll work. I'll move tank with tank. I'll put these guys back on top. These guys technically have not moved yet. Alright, and then I've got, ooh, it's starting to rain outside. I got these guys here that just moved up into here. Alright, and they're on top of that engineer. Alright. So, starting to try to move off the beach. Get some more areas for these jokers to land. Alright, but in moving over here, now I can't do anything with this stack. Alright, let's see what I got here. I've got 2 units. I can move this tank over here. And these guys are still stacked. There's nothing I can do about it. Because I just moved those guys up this way. I moved these guys here. It's just so crowded on this beach. I gotta move. Alright, I gotta get to this guy. So I got these 2 guys that haven't gone yet. I can move them up. They're in intense for the next. They'll actually also take muff. See, it's just, I mean, everything. I understand that this was a tough battle. But if I can't move next to him without getting hit, and then I can't disrupt him, so he'll hit me again, how do I prevent these 3 and 4 step loss things from happening? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. So I probably won't make it the full game because I'm going to lose. Alright, well, let's do it then. Alright, let's move these guys over here. They move over there so they take muff. Again, I do believe if I'm moving from within field of fire of the same Japanese unit, I have to take movement under fire. I keep going in the wrong spot. You can't see. Unless moving, because originally I thought, oh good, 1 hex movement doesn't trigger. Sweet, I've even put an exclamation point there. Because I'm like, alright, so that's the way I'm going to creep up on units. But then I continued reading and said, unless moving within field of fire of the same Japanese unit. So because that's moving from steady to intense here, he's got to take a hit. Let me just reread that. Because that just, that feels so nasty. So, hold on. Alright, so I think I figured it out. I think I had it wrong. Which is good news for me. So, again, these rules are not 100% clear. But right here, I think, is what I was interpreting. A U.S. unit that moves directly from an intense field of fire adjacent to an occupied, undisrupted Japanese position group into another intense field of fire projected from the same position group is subject to infiltration fire. So, that's moving from intense to intense. I don't see anywhere else in these muff rules that says anything about moving from steady to intense. So I think I read that, and I think that I thought that meant everything. Because it clearly states, if a non-US tank unit leaves an active field of fire and does not utilize 1 hex movement, it always triggers muff. So I'm utilizing 1 hex movement, because that's all I can move right now. So I'm going to say, yeah, no muff there. So I changed my card, and instead of moving within a field of fire, moving from intense to intense from the same Japanese unit. So that's going to help, I think. Whether I got that right or wrong, that's the way I'm interpreting it, and so that's going to help. So I can move those guys there. They won't take a hit. They might take a hit. One of them might, anyway, if blue fires on the next Japanese fire phase. But hopefully now he'll be all right. All right. So did that. These guys are just plain stuck right now. I can move this group off. Yeah, okay, this group that didn't move yet. Those are the 3s. I want to keep these guys together. So here's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to take that guy off for a second. I'm going to move this guy over here with that guy because that's a 127 and that keeps them together. Then I've got my 328 headquarters. Where are my 328 units? I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, I think they're probably under one or the other of these. I don't know. These are 126. These are all 126. I got an HQ down there somehow. So my 128s have got to be in here. Yeah, there's one. There's one. Yeah, look at that. This is what happens. This is what happens, right? I got this stack here that I just pulled off the top of this tank here. Can you see that tank? Yeah. And on that stack, I've got a 228, that's a 2-step loss. I got a 128, that's a 1-step loss. And those are both disrupted. And then I got a 126. It is darn near impossible to keep these battalions together, which is going to hurt me later on in the game as I'm trying to figure out which which guys I can move and which guys I can't. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and move this guy here. I don't think he has anybody he controls anywhere near him. There's a 328 there. There's a 328 there. So these guys right here. So I wanted to keep him close to these guys, but I got to get these guys off the beach. So I either sacrifice keeping him close to his buddies so I can get these guys off, so I can start getting everybody off, or I keep him close and I can only move one of these guys up. What to do, what to do, what to do. There's the other 328. So yeah, they're all spread out right here. Yeah, I'll do it. Whatever. Alright, so those two are going to move off. These guys lose their disruption. But yeah. So this guy remains disrupted. Alright, those guys are where they need to be. This guy is disrupted from being hit this turn, right? No, why is he disrupted? Because of stacking? Because of stacking. Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, so these guys can move out. I got 323s. These guys want to move this way. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go. Alright, let's take this guy out first. Let's try to take this guy out. And then we can start moving some of these 4s over here. And we'll kind of leave a gap here between the 4s and the 5s. Alright, so going over a bluff hex side here, I've got a strength of 11, which will give me 5.5 against this guy. We found our one elite that was in here. So I think there was just one elite. So this guy's probably a 2 strength. The question is he close combat or flanking? I guess we will find out. Nope, he's just a 1 that needs a bazooka. And I have a bazooka, right? I have a bazooka? Yeah, they have everything. Yeah. 4-step infantry have bazookas, so we're good. Alright, so they take him out. He's toast. Because he is 11 to 1, no, 5.5 to 1, which is definitely 3 to 1. Alright, so these guys went. And now, I got that elite unit up there. I gotta try to get in there from here. But I'm in that position group. I'm in the position group already. So do I still need to do that stupid check if I'm already in the position group? Unit enters, field of fire, unoccupied. Okay. Enter unoccupied position in communication. Draw a card. If position group entering is on the card, unit from reserve and conduct infiltration fire. Ugh. Just brutal. Just brutal. If I want to get in there, I gotta not draw a green. If I draw a green, I got that elite unit coming back at me and firing at me. And firing at me. So the question is, would I rather have the green firing at me, or would I rather have the yellow firing at me, because I can do the same thing here. Move this guy up here, and if I get that elite unit here, then he's not coming here. If he's not coming here, I can move up here, and maybe I can start trying to move up that line and cut off communication so I don't have to worry about these guys ever coming back. Maybe. But I'm going to need this whole entourage here coming over and assaulting that black, because that black position over there is going to get ugly as I start piling on fortifications and stuff. Which, actually, dang it, I'm in 3 range, so I need a fort here. Alright, so fortification rules. Alright, so a fort, a black non-hilltop gets a class 2 fort and a unit, no depth. It's already got a unit, so I need to get a class 2 fort. Alright, they are all mixed up, so I'm going to just quickly glance to make sure I got a class 2. Yeah, it's class 2. Alright, I don't know what the sides are. I didn't see that, which is good. But yeah, so that gets that. This guy technically is in 3 as well. So he also gets a class 2. There's a class 3 I just drew. Here's a class 2. Drop that there, and he gets a unit. Now this is sector 3, so he's going to get one of these guys over here. It says unit, not depth. So that makes that black position 4 strong. That's nasty. Okay. Well, I know I'm going to move this guy here. He's going from intense to intense. That is what I saw on the muff rules. Intense to intense. So I got to draw and see if I get a purple. No purple. Okay, I'm good. So he did not get hit. That's good. Alright. So now these guys can move as well. It's just one guy, because this guy's disrupted. This guy I need to get out of dodge anyway. Alright, so that guy moves there. So now I can assault that guy. These guys are range 2, so I can assault that guy next turn. And try to take him out. And then I will have, attained the objective, I think, that I needed to. For the first scenario. So I could quit after the first scenario and win. As long as I take one of these airfield hexes. Alright. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move in with the yellow. I'm going to hope to good golly I don't draw one. No, I'm going to do it with green. Yeah, I'm going to do it with yellow first. No, I'm going to move up in here. So I'm going to take these guys. Oh, these guys are disrupted anyway. So yeah, I'm going to take these guys. I want to move them up in there. So I want to not draw yellow. Cool. Okay, so that's good. So this guy, these guys will move up into here. I should probably move into this one too. So yeah, we'll take this guy up into there. And I gotta do another check to have him move into there. Oh, chances are this is gonna be a yellow. Yep, there it is. Alright, so it's raining really hard out now. Alright, so this guy comes back. We know who he is. He comes back into there and he fires on my dude. And because it's intense fire, he's going to hit him if I draw a yellow. Alright, no yellow, so I'm good. I could close combat him if I want, but I know he's a 4 strength. And I know I do not have a flamethrower with that unit. So it would basically be 1 on 2. I don't like those odds, so I'm not going to close combat him. But that guy's there, so that means I can safely move these guys into here. I'll move 1 into there. And then I'll move this headquarters in here, and then I'll move this headquarters up there, because timing is everything. And then I'll move this unit into here. And now I've got both of those positions occupied. I've got no reserve units to move into them. Okay, that tank needs to get repaired. Alright, this guy's disrupted, so he can't do anything. I got these guys here. Could move up here, and I mean, that guy I know needs flanking. I'm gonna have to flank that guy. I know that, and I know that's game in the game. But these guys are disrupted, so they won't be able to help next turn. They don't do anything next turn except lose their disruption. So I probably better need to move. I'd better move these guys up here. But one of them's liable to get disrupted. Take a shot from that dude. But I'm not going to be able to defeat him unless I have flanking on him. So yeah, these guys are going to move up into here. Alright, cool. Didn't take a hit. So those guys come over the ridge and come up into there. That allows these guys to move up. So one at a time. Well, actually, I can move here because this position isn't in communication anyway. So I don't have to worry about anybody popping up there. Alright, that allows these guys to move into here. Actually, I'm going to have, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have I need to start moving my heavy weapons up there. So I'm going to have those guys move into there. I need my heavy weapons from over here. Do I have those undisrupted? No, I don't have a heavy weapon there. Where's my other heavy weapon unit? Oh well. Alright, these guys will move into here, which allows this guy to move up into here. I got my twos. This tank can't go over the ridge, so I'm actually going to move this tank back down here. He's not going to do anybody any good. No, I'm going to leave him there. So I'm going to move that guy over there. I'll leave this guy here. He's a 223. Where's, okay, so that's the guy I moved here. There's a 223. I got a 223 underneath. I got the 223 there, and the third one's rolling around here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, here's a heavy weapon right here. What if I just moved him along the beach like that? Okay. Start getting him off that way to try to help with those black units. Alright, now I got some units over here. I could try to move off the beach, but I'm going to overstack stuff. I got no one landing in red 2, except maybe these engineers. So I don't have to worry about overstacking there. This is where all the overstacking is going to happen, is when these guys come in. So that's probably about it. That's probably about all I can do right now. Then like that guy coming back in, he's just going to continue to haunt me, because I'm going to knock him out, and he's going to go back over there, he's going to come back in whenever I hop into another position, and he's just going to keep haunting me. I think he's the only elite in Sector 2. But he's going to keep haunting me. Oh well, that is what it is. Alright, so that is it. I think I'm at about an hour on this turn. Wow, I spent too long. Alright, so that was my U.S. action phase. Japanese artillery does not... Oh, Japanese artillery... No, I'm on turn 4, so that doesn't happen this turn. And Japanese raid doesn't happen until turn 7. So that is it. That is it for the evening. It is raining hard. I'm going to shut this down, go to bed. I might load it up tonight, just because. But that's it for turn 4. I don't know if I'm going to get to turn 5 tomorrow, and if I don't, I'm probably going to have to pack this up and set it back up next week. But I have devised a beautiful and yet simple and elegant system to figure out who's on what position on the board. I simply just am making a chart, and I'm going to lay this somewhere, basically in a cabinet in my desk that won't get jostled, and I'll just lay it in there and put the units on top of it, whatever position they're on, and then that way I can reset them back out. Everything else I can put in bags. I can put, I don't have to worry too much about not seeing what's underneath them. So I can do that. But with any luck, I'll have a little bit of time tomorrow. I can pop out another turn, and we can keep going. All right, so that's it for turn 4. I'm going to reset everything and get everything set up for turn 5.